Greetings, everybody. It's the Wyco Nomad with Wyco Resiliency. Shalom, y'all. A couple things we want to touch upon first before we get started. As a reminder, Ready 20 will get you $20 off of any Jace case order using the link in the description. So if you need meds, you need antibiotics, Ready 20. Don't use the Wyco 10 this month, or actually throughout summer. Use the Ready 20 and get $20 off instead of 10. Okay, that's kind of a special announcement, but it's that. And as always, hey, Blackout Coffee Company, Kofifi, you know how to support the show and all that good stuff. And those of you that have been buying Jace cases and the Kofifi, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. We love that. The topic of today, urban shift. Y'all know that I am a very big proponent of Kuhump. Come out of her, my people, lest you partake in her sins and plagues. I am a firm believer that you should not be staying in the high population areas. Sorry, just fixing a couple things here. You should not be staying in the high population zones. You really shouldn't. It's just going to be a matter of time before you're overrun. It's just that simple. 3 things are going to get you in shift: starvation, people behaving badly, and medical. Okay? Thank you, Pastor Joe, for that one. But some of you are very adamant. And I get it. You know, I've heard, I still got family in the cities and we're not moving. That's some brothers in New York just not leaving. They got family. They're not going to leave. Got a really good job, not going to move until I retire. Okay, whatever the reason may be. There we go. It's been a while for one of those. So, you're going to stay in the urban areas. First question you need to ask is, in your surrounding area, how friendly are you with your neighbors? Are you a good steward? Are you a good neighbor to your neighbors? Or have you created such animosity because whatever reason you're bickering with your next door neighbor, and pretty much your neighbors all the neighbors connected to your lawn just think you're the biggest dick in the world? You need to work on those relationships, because now, and shit hits the fan, you might be a target. But if you don't know everybody in your neighborhood, how do you learn? How do you get to know them? How do you know their like-mindedness or not? Are they a risk, friend or foe? Now, you could go to the local church in the neighborhood and see who goes there, and that's a good place to go. I mean, I'm not a big, trust me, I read my Bible every single day. I am not a big church goer. Not impressed with modern day Christianity, but that's a different story. But churches, swap meets, farmers markets, the dreaded gun show. Oh, we're gonna meet like-minded at the gun show. Not really. I mean, you might, but radio, comms, ham fest, stuff like that. You might meet some people, but you're probably going to get sad hams, and you're going to get the hammer group, the old guys that just want to, tire their jaw talking so much about how big their antenna and what propagation they're going to get. Not a lot of information there. But your neighborhood, throw a barbecue. Something as simple as hamburgers and hot dogs. Invite your neighbors over. Might cost you something. Might cost you a little bit of money for hamburgers and hot dogs. But invite them over. Have a barbecue. In the event that shit hits the fan, might not be a bad idea to have a barbecue. You're going to find out who's going to hook up with you. And it's like, hey, yeah, oh man, you got food, man. I ran out of food. And oh, thank you. It's like, well, I think we need to get a neighborhood watch going now that, we got people coming in from Denver that's threatening, George next door had his house robbed by some meth addicts during this time of, the police aren't just there. You're going to create fellowships. You're going to create, if someone's starving, and you have a barbecue, you might create a friend. So have that ability I'm not sharing any of my stuff. Yeah. Always have a little extra to share. Always. That's good stewardship of your preps. Now, the original take of this, I went on and on about the coup hump, getting out, and being a rotten neighbor. And I was like, wow, I totally missed some of the other importance. If you're staying in the urban areas, you need to see, are you able to have chickens? Can you have hens that lay eggs? Most likely you're not going to be out of the rooster. Can you have hens? If you can, get some chickens. You got eggs and meat. Yeah, well, what do you mean meat? Yeah, buy a couple of those chickens for meat chickens. Learn how to do it. This is the best time while shit's still going, while you still have YouTube and stuff like that. But get a few of your chickens. I don't know, tag them, figure out something that you know that's the meat hen. You got eggs, that's a great thing. Now come spring, you're gonna have to probably get another little bit, but it depends on how long they last. If you get 2 or 3 meat hens, the following season, you're gonna get 2 more and just cycle that out. Also, your gardens, you need to be doing spring and winter gardening. You need to, your backyard should be nothing but food. It should be a food forest. Nothing but food. Your front lawn should have fruit trees. When's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. When's the next best time? Now. Plain and simple. Because your first year, you're not going to get any food from it. Now, if you do it properly, it's going to take 4 years. 4 years to get fruit off your trees. And there's a reason behind that. It's good stewardship of our agriculture. Your first year, let it fall to the ground. You're not going to pluck and eat, not your first year. Second year, you're going to let it grow. You're going to water it. And by your 4th year, the amount of fruit, the bounty you're going to have will be amazing. Okay? Can you plant brack? Can you paint? Good Lord, learn to speak, man. Can you plant blackberry bushes, raspberries, blueberries? What can you plant in your area? Can you grow strawberries? You need to grow food. And you have to be able to think of it as a business. In business, you scale your business to match your production. Your food, you need to scale your gardens for your food production. It's the same thing. Treat it like a business, okay? So as you grow your food, you need to learn how to scale it properly and learn how to can. Canning is very important. Can you grow a small area in your urban yard of wheat? I don't know, can you? Alfalfa sprouts. What can you grow indoors? Is there anything you can grow indoors year round? Take an old room or something, section off part of your garage where you can grow food indoors. These are all solutions for the urban prepper. What about security? Yeah, okay. If you haven't figured out security by now, I can't help you. Let's figure out about how we're going to have food production, how you're going to eat, because it's something you're going to do at least 3 times a day if you plan correctly. As I've always said, you're going to eat every day. You're not getting into a gunfight every day. And if it's a shift, if shit hits the fan, and your plan is to get into gunfights, you have a really shitty plan. Just saying. What other little things can you do? Are you able to get things other than chickens? Don't believe I hate suggesting this. Can you have rabbits? Can you do rabbits? Myself, I don't eat anything that goes forth on paws. I don't eat rabbits because that's against Leviticus. But I do eat chickens. But also my plan is once we figure out our situation, because our property stuff, it's a mess. I'm going to have sheep. Chickens and sheep. I'm going to have hair sheep, katahdins. That's my plan. Might not do cow, might eventually do a cow, but it's mostly going to be chicken and sheep. And a lot of gardening. Now, we have to prepare for, you have to be aware of droughts. How are you going to water? IBC tote system for watering. Rain weather. Well, I'm not allowed to catch in the rain. Well, figure something out. There's way too much within the prepper spheres. Well, I can't. No, your problems are nothing more than an obstacle looking for a solution, and that's how you need to approach things. If you can't do this, figure out how you can. Figure a workaround. That's up to you. So, chickens, gardens, canning supplies, so you can. You should have some sort of wheat grinder so you can grind wheat, make bread, make grains, corn. You need to have a very adequate storage of your canned foods. Your My Patriot supply, that should be lower on the list. You should have that stuff. Nutrient Survival, huge, good, great company, oh man, Nutrient Survival all the way. Nutrient Survival, MREs if you have to be, well, everyone has MREs at preps. Nutrient Survival, water, have a way to filter water, have a way to dispose of waste if you're going to stay in the rural areas. Because if power gets shut down, you're going to lose sewage eventually. So you got to figure that out. And remember, basic rule, you take your defecations outside of camp. You don't do it inside of camp. Cholera, y'all. You want to maintain sanitary conditions. Urban, after the collapse, is not going to be very sanitary. Urban is not a net producer. They're a net consumer. So figure out a way to reproduce and continue producing your own food. Okay? Security, you got that figured out by now. The Good Samaritan barbecue, share food, help people. You should have refugee buckets. Someone comes knocking on your door, hey, I'm starving. Here's a bucket. It's got the gear in it. It's got food, water, way to make fire. On your way. Don't come back. That's simple. But with that, everybody, I'm the Wyco Nomad. Thank you for watching. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share the show. Share it with people. Let the world know of this. Now, y'all doing good. I'm up to 298 subscribers. That's awesome. You know how to support this show. You know all the affiliate links and stuff like that. Thank you so much. Till next week. I'm working on another video here that's going to be probably quite controversial. Also trying to work out some of the stuff on the interview shows. But with that, like I said, I'm the Wyco Nomad. Watch your six as always, and shalom, y'all. I'm out.